Good evening. Welcome back to the men's contest of this doubleheader. The ladies, if you were not here for that outstanding contest, went 100 minutes. Neither team was able to put one in the back of the net. Went to penalty kicks. Reno won 4-2 and 5. Starting lineups for the Indian soccer. The Indians are coached by Gabriel Gonzalez. His assistant coach is Austin Little. Anthony DePaz, Christian Diaz, Kendon Frazier, Angel Gonzalez, Julio Hernandez, Angel Martinez, Edgar Perez, Luis Ramirez, Aiden Reyes, Logan Singletary, and Kenneth Solis, the first 11 for your Indians this evening. And Kenneth Solis, number 21, coming off a hat trick of his own against Midwest City. A high-scoring contest that the Indians ultimately came out the victors, 6-4. And as you're looking at your screens, your TVs, your tablets, or your cell phones, in whatever manner and capacity you may be joining us tonight, Reno will start attacking from your left to right as you look at your screen, and defending the east goal is the senior netminder, number 0, Angel Gonzalez. And they will be attacking the west goal in their dark blue home uniforms. Carl Albert comes out in the red and white pinstripe, the classic soccer look. And their netminder tonight, just a freshman, number 1, Ethan Spiewak. Tall, athletic guy, runs well. And if you're a Titan fan and you're joining us tonight for our broadcast, we thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, whether you're a regular or a first-timer with us and you're an El Reno fan, as always, we thank you very much for coming and supporting your Indians in whatever means or manner you can. First shot on goal is almost good, but no good high. And fantastic supplemental goalkeeping by the goalkeeper. It came off with a lot of backspin. The wind nearly drew it in. And the El Reno captain immediately looked at the official and said, "Hey, did that go in anyway?" The official said, "I was looking right down the line. It did not." So El Reno trying to take advantage of the first half. They'll have their wind at their back for 40 minutes. Try to get on the board as early and often as they can. And looks like a throw-in violation called against El Reno. It is a throw-in violation. Carl Albert throws it in, splits the Indian defense. Great defensive rundown. Ball's cleared out of bounds. Throw in awarded to Carl Albert. Now that the stadium lights are on and the sun is down, it's turned into a brisk evening here at Memorial Stadium. We started the girls' game at 5 o'clock. Steamy, sticky, windy. The steamy and the sticky are gone, but the windy is very much here. And a handball called. El Reno's going to put it down and try to get it back in play early. Or quickly, rather. El Reno with a couple of shots on goal, or with one good look on goal, went just about 6 inches high and nearly got a fortuitous spin. Coming back down, it launched high above the goal, well above the top of the goal post, and the strong-footed Kenneth Solis, who also handles that, and that's headed back into the goal area, but headed off of the noggin of a Titan. So a corner kick coming on the near side for El Reno. Kenneth Solis, the strong-footed righty kicker, also handles kicking duties for the gridiron version of football. And with the recent announcement and open house at the Blue Room for the new high school football coach, Russell Cook. If you haven't had a chance to meet him, do so. I've known him for many years. El Reno to attempt the corner. One step, it's a low stinger. Bounces, checks up. Ball sort of ping-ponging around. It's finally going to roll out of bounds. And assistant coach Austin Little patrolling the sidelines quickly with the ball in his hand, and to the Indians for a throw-in. I see what he was trying to do there. That shot no good wide. Attempted. by Angel Martinez. He's trying to stand it up against the wind and let that southeasterly wind sort of draw it back for him, sort of like, again, hitting a wedge. Kendon Frazier with it on the near side. Backs it out to Angel. The low runner bounces under a couple of feet and then finally secured by the freshman netminder. He elects to roll it to start the offense. Not a bad decision. He's kicking into the wind, and the wind has really picked up. That one-timer was a right back at her. Or they say in baseball, a comebacker. Reno tries to center it on the long kick, can't get it done. Logan Singletary with it in the defensive end, and he's going to reset the offense. Oh, and a great attack. El Reno tries to kick it over the top, and they do to the back of the net. It's a goal. Score the goal, the captain, Angel Martinez. And we saw this against Midwest City on Friday, letting the long, strong leg of Kenneth Solis sort of set the offense up so you don't have to you can have more bodies in and around the net area. We saw them do that there. Angel Martinez able to get free, and he buries one in the back of the net. 5.5 minutes in, El Reno leads 1-0. Martinez stutters, tries to drop it off, but it gets intercepted. Logan Singletary with it. Clears it forward. Kendon Frazier with it on the right foot. They're trying to find Kenneth Solis with it. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Singletary finds Kenneth. He's going to let it roll. Puts a hard right foot in it. Kendon tries to attack. He has to stop so he doesn't end up offsides. Long roller right into the hands of the freshman netminder. He picks it up. So about 4 shots on goal already, including one that was buried hard into the back of the net. Kendon Frazier with it off the right foot. Checks it down to Angel. Floats it over the head. It's a foot race, and it's going to be overkicked. And Julio Hernandez, the one with the right foot there. Goal kick awarded to the Titans. That low hopper's intercepted, shot on goal, deflected, and then finally secured. That shot on goal by Christian Diaz. Christian fights through it, still with it on his foot. Through a double team, finally clears it. Angel checks it back. Hard cross is intercepted. El Reno able to wrangle it back down, trying to keep the wind at their back. Use the wind advantage as long as they can. Pressure coming, but defended nicely. Solis pokes it clear with his left foot. Christian Diaz shows he's going to try and pick his pocket. Angel Martinez does a good job of forcing him corner. Logan Singletary clears the center attempt, and El Reno's off and running. Christian checks it down. Trying the old give and go. Great footwork to step through. Diaz in the clear on the near side. Nice give and go there. I can say he stepped out of bounds. Could not keep the ball in play, although they were working on setting it up and attacking down the sideline. Assistant coach Austin Little on the spot, immediately given the correction. Hey, you're right there. Do this one little thing different. We get a better outcome. Keep working at it, he says. Logan Singletary does a good job of getting a release. Pokes it through. They're going to try and find Solis with it. Solis has it. Trying to see if he can get some space. He can't, but he's going to try and draw the defense. If they can get it right back to him, he's going to have a nice hard free release. Kendon Frazier up showing pressure. Solis gets the big tall body in the way. Check that. That wasn't Solis. I apologize. Ball's killed out of bounds to the near side. Throw-in awarded to the Titans. We're about 11 minutes 15 into this one. El Reno struck first, struck early. They lead 1-0. Kendon Frazier nearly able to poke it through with the back heel. Logan Singletary does a good job of forcing it out of bounds, so a goal kick awarded. Subs will come. Checking in for El Reno, Angel Gonzalez. And I believe Yahir Gallegos. Sorry, not Angel Gonzalez. He's the netminder. That'd be Rossi Harjo. I apologize, wearing 18 between his shoulders. That one picked by Carl Albert. Rossi with it on his foot. He does a good job of trying to get it centered. That one taken easily by El Reno. The hesitation stutter step. Quick flip out pass. Rossi on the sprint. Over the goal. Netminder's head, and it's a goal. Rossi Harjo punches that one in the back of the net off the left foot. Floated right over the top of the goalkeeper's head, and El Reno leads 2-0. 13 minutes into the contest. El Reno up 2. Not a lot of 50-50 balls El Reno hasn't won so far in the contest. Throw in awarded to El Reno. Yeah, so he didn't quite get there in time. Another 50-50 ball won by El Reno. A little bit of fancy footwork to keep possession, the Indian offense. Long shot on goal, but no good wide. It's a pretty good look. He was trying to bend it. Couldn't quite get it to bend. Hit it with the instep of the right foot with right to left spin, trying to draw it from right to left. The back heel to Rossi. Rossi puts another left footer, but he can't get it on target. No good wide. Austin Little and Gabriel Gonzalez, the coaching staff, satisfied with that look. And I think statistically, if you're able to keep that kind of pressure and get those kind of looks, the ball will find the back of the net more times than it doesn't. 15 minutes into the contest, El Reno leads 2-0. El Reno does a good job of picking the pocket there, getting the ball back on offense. Angel Gonzalez, the netminder for the Indians, hasn't been challenged much tonight. A little bit of pressure early, but it was well defended by Logan Singletary. So he hasn't had to answer the bell. Rossi with it. And he overleads. Tried to pass it into the near side corner off the left foot, and the wind got behind him, pushed it a little too far. It's the right look. The execution will come. Good step through. Rossi's going to take it. He's got it on his right foot. Checks it back. Looks like they're maybe trying to find Solis in the backfield. Back to Rossi at about the 35. Rossi with it. Running down the sideline inside the 15 to the 10. Trying to center it. Good spin move. Trying to maintain possession under a lot of pressure. It's going to be a throw-in awarded to El Reno. Carl Albert awarded the free throw. The throw-in. Still got my mind on the 94/50. El Reno awarded the free throw. They tried to get it in quickly, decided to slow it down. Reno looks to get it to midfield, or to the center of the field, rather. It's a cross, but either overplayed or underplayed. Not sure the intended blue jersey was. Kenneth Solis, the defenseman. He's drawn a little bit out of position. Logan Singletary does a great job of getting that ball down the field and out of the defensive zone. Carl Albert showing a little pressure here. Logan trying to go stride for stride, and that kick is somewhat on the mark, but with the backspin and the headwind, it checks up right in front of the netminder. One step to his right, a rolling kick with his right foot. Headed, then kicked, then headed again, then finally killed. Pressure coming, it's a foot race, and the Indians netminder is going to try and kill it out of bounds. He does. Angel Gonzalez, the netminder. Indians with it near midfield. High cross and an offside's the call. Throw in award. It looks like they're still looking for the ball. And he finally re-emerges with it. Referee's going to spot it at the 13-yard line. Wind blows that one, stands it straight up, and a great header into the near field. And a corner awarded. El Reno with a scoring opportunity here to come off of the corner. Low, he's going to try and center it. He does. And there's a hole in the El Reno defense. And a good poke out defensively there by the Indians. A run coming down the near side. Indian defense able to poke it free. It doesn't get him out of the scoring chance here. The corner kick upcoming for Carl Albert, so they'll still have to defend this, but Carl Albert's going to have to kick this one into the wind, which normally would be helpful to the Indians, but it may cause this ball to hover a little bit and give another opportunity at a header. Wind's going to push that one out. El Reno gets a clearing, and it's a foot race. Penalty called on El Reno. Remember, if you've got a young person at El Reno, specifically a senior, tomorrow's the career fair at Jinx. So the seniors who are RSVP'd will be going to that. And if you're not a senior, from 1 to 3, that same career fair is going to open to the public. So if you need a first job or a second job or a third job or a summer job or just generally money, well over 20 prospective employers will be there. Bring your resumes. Be ready to interview, dress to impress. Lots of people need work. Lots of folks need workers. So great opportunity to find a job that fits your needs. Come on out tomorrow. Jinx Simmons, 1 to 3. It's open to the public. Lots of local businesses and also large chains and franchises and multinational corporations. And a long shot on goal is going to go well wide, right? Like the aggressiveness, but I don't know that that's the best shot you can get out of that. A little bit of patience might be a little more helpful there. We're inside 15 to play in the first 40-minute stanza. Carl Albert on a free release. They try to center it, but a great defensive effort by Logan Singletary. He needs to just kill it out of bounds. He does. So can't tell if they're going to award the corner or throw in. I think they're going to award the corner. The bright white lines that go sort of behind the goalpost, those are the media and fan restraining lines for football. Corner is centered. There's an attempt at a header, but no good. Now, ball still in play. El Reno tries to clear it. They do. It's going to be a foot race down the sideline. Can El Reno keep it in play? They can't, but a great job clearing. They flip the field. .13 to play. Long kick's going to go out of bounds in favor of the Indians. Indians to substitute. Checking out number 10, Edgar Garcia. Checking in, number 14, Anthony DePaz. Ball kicked well out of bounds and into the El Reno side of the bleachers. Rossi Harjo with it on his left foot. Left-handed point guard and a left-footed soccer player, rather. Great step through. Shot on goal is going to curl wide right. Check that wide left. I don't know my lefts and my rights anymore. Nearing 11 minutes before the intermission period. El Reno leading. El Reno plays through contact. Carl Albert trying to clear their defensive zone. Unable to do so. El Reno maintains pressure. Softly lofted over the top. He's going to try and center it, but there's nobody there. It's a good center, but nobody there to catch it. Whistles blow. Throw in awarded to El Reno. Actually, they're going to say penalty kick awarded to El Reno. Expect official to come down and enforce the 10-yard walk-off. That's exactly what he does, and he says, right here, gentlemen, line up all you want, but no closer than this. Penalty kick coming. Hard left hook and right into the hands of the netminder. So a shot on target, but right into the hands of the freshman netminder. That move by Carl Albert. He changed direction so fast, both he and the El Reno defender fell down, had to recover. El Reno with it back on their feet. We're at 9 minutes to play before the intermission. Killed out of bounds, so a throw in awarded to El Reno. Short throw in. Back and forth soccer. It was a good look at a center, but it got cleared, at least temporarily, by Carl Albert. Great change of direction to create an advantage. Throw in awarded to El Reno. Lobbed over. Look at a clear, and that's too high, but up through the uprights. So in a few months, that'd count for 1 or 3. Be killed out of bounds. I believe a throw-in awarded, and it will to El Reno, and El Reno will inbound. That's headed out. Another throw-in awarded to the Indians. As we near 6.5 to play before the intermission. El Reno got out to a hot start, scored 2 goals quickly. And then the tempo of play slowed down a little bit, so a little bit of a change of pace by the Indians, and I think a little bit of a defensive adjustment by the Titans, along with some substitutions. And we're at the 6-minute mark. So whistles blow. Oh, El Reno's going to substitute. El Reno tries to change direction, and they do. Carl Albert changes it right back. Now we're at the 4:50 mark. El Reno's going to be happy to send that one back to the netminder. Out to Logan Singletary. Logan with it on the near sideline. Kenton handles the ball on the near sideline. El Reno to the center of the field. I think that was probably intended for Kenton Frazier, but a little bit overkicked in a... Not sure if they're calling a goal kick. Not sure what happened. A penalty of some sort. So a scoring opportunity by the Indians. The official's going to mark off the 10-yard barrier and says, back it up, fellas. They needed 10. They were at about 6.5. We're nearing 3.5 to play in the first. Ball low, but played cleanly. Good dribbling there to help keep the ball on the offensive end of the pitch. Slow loper, fielded by the netminder. Angel Gonzalez begins to retreat. He was pushed up near the 35 or 40-yard line. As the ball backs up, you'll see him retreat, and as it attacks, he'll slide forward. He's about the 22 now. .242 to play. High arcing ball, nearly headed in front of the net, but secured by the netminder. And as a reminder to the folks at home, the Carl Albert netminder, just a freshman. Carl Albert looks to attack. Cleared again by El Reno. Carl Albert hasn't spent a lot of time on the El Reno side of the midfield logo. El Reno with 2 goals, but a couple of other good looks and just overall pressure as we're inside 90 seconds to the intermission. That ball flies into the bleachers. 45 seconds on the clock, so by the time the ball's made ready for play, El Reno will have about a half a minute to try and get something done. It's a running start, drags the back toe. That is a good throw in, but Carl Albert will be awarded the throw in on the back of the turnover. And just inside 30 seconds. That's about 8 seconds off my mark. Reno with it again in the front field, or in the offensive end of the field. Good ball handling. He's going to try and center it. And a diving stab made by the Titan netminder. And he's going to be content to just hold it. 3, 2, 1. 0's on the clock. El Reno heads into the halftime intermission leading 2-0. You're watching Indian Soccer. We'll be back after the break.
260835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
We know you have options when it comes to your vehicles, so we are grateful for the fact that you make us your dealership of choice. Whether you are needing service or parts on your existing vehicles, or possibly you are in the market for a new or newer vehicle, at Dorsey Jones Buick GMC, we will never take your time, loyalty, and friendship for granted. We are here for you. 405-262-2466, I-40 and Highway 81, exit 125. Dorsey Jones Buick GMC, the dealership with the gray canopy covers.
At El Reno Family Dentistry, we are dedicated to providing you and your family with the highest quality of dental care in a comfortable, affordable, and friendly way. We offer a wide range of services from digital x-rays and implants to Botox. We are insurance friendly and offer flexible financing. Call today for your free first visit at 405-262-6737. We can't wait to see you here at El Reno's most caring dental office.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
We know you have options when it comes to your vehicles, so we are grateful for the fact that you make us your dealership of choice. Whether you are needing service or parts on your existing vehicles, or possibly you are in the market for a new or newer vehicle, at Dorsey Jones Buick GMC, we will never take your time, loyalty, and friendship for granted. We are here for you. 405-262-2466, I-40 and Highway 81, exit 125. Dorsey Jones Buick GMC, the dealership with the gray canopy covers.
At El Reno Family Dentistry, we are dedicated to providing you and your family with the highest quality of dental care in a comfortable, affordable, and friendly way. We offer a wide range of services from digital x-rays and implants to Botox. We are insurance friendly and offer flexible financing. Call today for your free first visit at 405-262-6737. We can't wait to see you here at El Reno's most caring dental office.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies.
With 40 minutes on the clock, we're back to it as we prepare to start the second half of action here at Memorial Stadium. El Reno leads 2-0. Scored 2 goals in about the first 15 minutes of play, and then everything slowed down just a little bit. Lady Indians won 4-2 in penalty kicks. Logan Singletary takes it off his foot. And to note, the wind now in the Indian face. They had it at their back for the first 40. Now they're going to have it in their face for the second 40. And quite the wind it is. Wind's gusting. Shifted again straight out of the east. They've sort of been cycling between east and southeast. Never been more south than east. Really east, and then they'll sort of trail off and pick back up. But certainly having an impact in tonight's contest. Carl Albert awarded a throw-in on the near side sideline. Hard shot deflected off the forehead, out of bounds to El Reno. Takes it off the numbers, tries to clear the defensive zone. Joining us now in the booth, couple of the victors from the earlier contest tonight. Hard clear with the back of the Titans. So we'll be interesting to look at time of possession after this one, and then time of possession in relation to field position. See how that plays out. El Reno with a field position and time of possession advantage by at least 2-1 in the first half. We'll see how that scales back in the second half. Wind plays a big factor in that. As we're nearing 3.5 minutes into the final 40-minute frame, Indians lead 2-0. scored early, scored 2 goals in about the first 15 minutes of the first half. Scoring slowed down, some defensive adjustments as far as personnel assignments by the Titans helped stem the tide. A throw-in awarded to Carl Albert. We'll be right back here Thursday night for senior night. Girls at 5. Senior night festivities prior to that one. And the guys, hopefully at 7. But with senior night, we're going to do our absolute very best to start on time. But senior night's one of those days, sort of like homecoming, you tend to fall behind a little bit. Now Reno hoping to get, and a great diving save. Now Reno girls got out of today with a win, so they're shooting for the 3 seed in the playoffs. Possibly headed to either Lawton or Santa Fe South. Guys are in roughly the same position. And a shot to the face of the goaltender. Angel Gonzalez for the Indians down. Took a foot to the face. Back up on his feet, helped up by Logan Singletary. We're going to see if he's going to try and play through it or if they're going to sub him out. Obviously, head trainer Alex Bray watching carefully. He's going to shrug it off and say, "Coach, I'm good. Let's play on." Aaron kick goes out of bounds, so a throw-in awarded to Carl Albert. Whistles blow. I believe a handball the call. Reno fights their way through that contact. Ball trickling out near midfield, taken by Carl Albert. Reno's going to try and clear the zone again. They get it across the midfield stripe. Now Reno moving the ball well. They seem to be content. A hesitation move breaks the man down, and El Reno's got a free release. Is he going to get there in time? He's not. That pass intended for number 10. Yahir Gaye. No, check that. Edgar Garcia, I'm sorry. Edgar Garcia, number 10. Yahir, number 2. Looked at the wrong line on my roster. Pretty good footwork there by Carl Albert to withstand the barrage. It took 4 blue jerseys to separate man from ball. They were able to get it done, and now they look to take advantage and advance the ball in the offense. And a swing and a miss. It's a foot race. El Reno loses the foot race, but they had a good look at it. Swing and a miss off the intended defender, or swing and a miss by the intended defender. Great header to keep the ball moving. Another great header to keep the ball moving. El Reno looking at numbers. Rossi Harjo standing near the midfield stripe waiting for his turn to check in. Great step through move. It's going to be a foot race. Ball awarded to El Reno. Rossi will check in. And checking out Kendon Frazier. Nine minutes into the final 40. Bodies bang and clang. A good job. I don't know if you can hear him. The El Reno bench did a good job of calling that Wolf out. That pass was right on target, but there was a waiting Titan who was trying to time that. Bench did a good job of warning their own. El Reno able to take one step up, get to the ball a step sooner, and keep the Titan at bay. And a shot on goal with the left foot is stopped by the netminder. Rolls to his right, kicks that one. That's high and short. It's going to bounce at about the 41-yard line. It's going to be poked loose. Carl Albert inbound. 2 steps and a drag of the toe. Ball's in play. And a handball called against. Looks like against El Reno. But they're going to give the PK, they're going to give the penalty kick outside the box. So we'll see how Angel Gonzalez sets up his defensive unit. They've got 3 men. 4 men now as the wall of blockers. Everybody else manned up, and Gonzalez tending the width and breadth of the net on his own. It's a high curling kick. Bounces around. He deflects it, can't get 2 hands on it. And great footwork to keep that ball alive. And El Reno's off and running. So what could have ended in disaster, El Reno's able to quickly flip and take advantage of. You can see that ball, but for the sort of quartering headwind right there, that ball's well placed with the scoring opportunity, but the quartering headwind kills the momentum. Last touch by Carl Albert, El Reno to inbound. 28 and counting on the clock. 28 and a half rather and counting. Two steps and drag of the toe. Carl Albert puts it back in play. El Reno attacks it quickly. Ball awarded to El Reno. They're going to look to throw it in quickly while they have the man advantage. Great throw in against the wind. Ball's going to be deflected out of bounds. I believe Christian Diaz, the ball handler there. So he's actually going to rotate back. So this is going to be a deep throw in. Not quite as deep as the corner spot, or the corner kick pie wedge. Foot race, ball rolls out of bounds. And a goal kick awarded. So ball rockets out of bounds, awarded to El Reno. .50-50 ball is still a 50-50 ball, poked out of bounds. Last touch by Carl Albert, they say deflected. Great step through. And what would have been possibly a cardable slide tackle, El Reno just hops right over the top of and continues to attack. Now that ball's going to be cleared. A little bit of pressure coming, but the senior netminder lets the ball roll into the box, picks it up with two hands. Referees are going to stop play. Great job by both teams to separate the disgruntled players. So slow to rise is the injured man from Carl Albert fights his way off. A conversation to be had here with Gabriel Gonzalez, the head coach for El Reno, but the conversation occurs quickly. We see the officials retaking their respective positions. As soon as I know something, I'll let you know. The clock's been reset to 26:05, so a little bit of miscommunication. The clock's been reset. The clock was stopped for the injury and then the skirmish. Clock's been corrected, and we're back to it. So no harm, no foul there. The ball poked out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for El Reno. Carl Albert, looks to attack. The young man had a strong right foot, tried to put a move on, so aggressive he put a move on himself, but he was able to recover. That high kick bounced around and finally secured by the senior Angel Gonzalez. Pulls it down, batted it down with two hands. It was a loose ball, scrambled around, able to grab it with two and secure possession. Logan Singletary with it on his right foot. We'll see if they try the old Kenneth Solis. We're going to reverse it to him and let him use his big right foot, see if we can get this ball moving. Kenneth Solis assisted on one of the, I believe the second of the two goals so far. Another kick, but that one wide left, so a goal kick upcoming. And El Reno facing the headwind for the second 40-minute slate. Not only does it create issues from a goaltending perspective, that wind pushing that ball in ways that the spin may not indicate it might move, but also trying to get the ball the other direction, trying to kick the ball into the wind, losing a lot of distance, tends to hang. But both teams have some, both in the girls' game and this game, had lots of success when keeping the ball low. Instead of trying to get a good hang time on a punt type kick, trying to keep it low, sort of like the old stinger in golf or a roper in baseball. Low to the ground, lots of velocity, keep it out of the wind. Another good stop by the senior goalkeep. The old one-handed locked elbow goalie throw. And a good double team there by Carl Albert, but El Reno able to step through it. Throw in awarded to Carl Albert. 3 minutes away from the halfway point in the final 40-minute stanza. El Reno with a 2-0 lead. And as you watch that ball on the far side bounce around, you see exactly what happened. Had a little bit of backspin on it. It hit, took one hard hop, then the wind caught it, and it took off. Long throw. That ball's going to stand up against the wind. Great step through. It's a good look. Almost executed that perfectly. And still competing, so not giving up on it, even though the execution wasn't quite what he wanted. Right there to make the play. Yeah, wind caught that one. That was going to come flying about 2/3 of the way up the home side of the bleachers here. Great header to clear. Carl Albert trying to use that to center. They don't, and a penalty called, so a hold called against Carl Albert. So a long distance penalty kick coming. Looks like Logan Singletary's going to set it down at about the 9-yard line. And they're going to let the strong right leg of Kenneth Solis try this one. He's going to try and keep this one low and know that it's going to fade from his right to left. That's exactly what he does. He keeps it on the ground. If you're worried about the wind, don't put it up in the wind. Hard collision on a 50-50 ball. No foul there. And a yellow card has been issued against El Reno. They're going to show the yellow to number 16, Julio Hernandez. So his first yellow of the night. And under the high school rule, he has to sit following the administration of a yellow card. He can substitute right back in at the next opportunity, but he does have to leave the pitch for at least the time being. And theoretically, if they choose to rotate him back in, they can certainly do so. But the yellow cards are cumulative. So if you have too many, it serves as a red card, and you end up being suspended. So as we come down the stretch run and prepare for playoffs, managing emotions, managing yellow cards will be key. So Carl Albert assessed with a yellow card during the girls' game, and now El Reno with one of their own in the boys' game. That ball hung up and just spun and drew back. Couldn't make a play on it. Kendon Frazier, does a good job of clearing that. And you see Kendon running right down the middle. El Reno was trying to get the direction change so they could find him with it. But credit to the Carl Albert pressure. Couldn't get that done. Backspin's going to cause that to check up, but a great job heading that clear, and Kendon Frazier's in a foot race. Angel Gonzalez falls on that one. The hard one-timer. flings it hard out to the near side. Now Reno gets her pocket picked. Best look at the goal so far for Carl Albert. Now Reno able to clear it. A little miscommunication there. I think that was, they were trying to check that down to Kendon. Kendon thought he found a seam, was trying to run right up the center third of the field. So if you think of the field sort of divided from sideline to hash mark to hash mark, and then hash mark to sideline. It's not quite thirds, but it's close. Good job by Angel. Forced the Carl Albert scorers to draw near when he did, kicked it over their head, and nearly had a fast break going the other direction. Last touched by Carl Albert, so throw-in awarded to the Indians. Snap throw down the near sideline. Carl Albert's going to clear it well into the Indian bench. We'll see where they spot the throw in. So he's at midfield. He's going to go past midfield to about the 47-yard line, throws it in. Ball's headed out of bounds. Great job. Pokes it through. Now there's a fast break scoring opportunity. He's got help coming. He finds his help. Ball tails out of bounds. Going to be throw in for El Reno. Oh no, it never did cross the line, so Carl Albert with possession. I was looking at the Phantom Media restraining line. The soccer lines are the dark gray. Whistles blow, and an injured Titan on the far side. So clock stops at 14:44 to play. Clock stop 14:42 to play, and with the injured Titan, we'll step away and be right back.
Tactics and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst.
Back to it. 14:18 to play in the final 40-minute frame. That one skied high and a good kick, and it was well timed. There was a little bit of a lull in the wind there, so that ball didn't get hung up. It was more of a traditional hyperbolic arc than a asymptotic type line, straight up and then down to the ground. Ball's going to take several bounces, and then Carl Albert nearly got there, but a corner awarded. That young man from Carl Albert's got wheels, folks. He covered about 60 yards wide open, too. Corner kick awarded. 13 minutes to play. Reno does lead 2-0. They had 2 goals in the first half. Had 2 goals in about the first 15 minutes of the contest, really. They had one at about 6:58. The other somewhere around 13, 14 minute mark. At least one of them set up by the big right leg of Kenneth Solis. That one's skied and well out of play. That's going to take a hop way back near the fence. Goal kick awarded. And we'll see if at some point El Reno, and we've already heard the coaches call out, slow it down, slow it down. So we suspect they're going to be conservative in their time management here. El Reno with another scoring opportunity. He loses his feet. But they had well played that ball, and El Reno's going to steal it right back with another scoring opportunity. They have a 4-on-3 advantage if they can get a shot on goal. And it's off the crossbar, no good, and a follow-on shot, swing and a miss. Carl Albert finally kills it out of bounds. El Reno with the rapid fire series of opportunities, unable to punch it away, but you got to like the opportunities. Those opportunities keep coming, they'll eventually punch them in. And Carl Albert actually killed it past the end line, so a goal kick or a corner kick opportunity here, so might be able to use the wind to your advantage. No. Little misconnection there. Man, the spin put on that ball, it looked like a billiard ball ping-ponging around out there. And another great save by Angel Gonzalez. Take 2 steps to his right. Good little punch out there. Wind was up, so he kept the ball down. Didn't give it the full leg. Gave it a little side swing of the leg there. And a great job clearing the net by Logan Singletary. Angel Gonzalez got a little bit strung out. Carl Albert did a great job of forcing him to cover some ground. And then Logan Singletary right there behind him. He made the initial Angel made the initial save, was pulled out of position because of that save. And what would have been an almost empty netter, Logan Singletary came from seemingly out of nowhere to clear that. Carl Albert still doesn't Still can't punch that one in. El Reno, rather, trying to get that cleared. Couldn't quite get it cleared, but that one up and over, out of play. Inside 9 minutes to play, El Reno leads 2-0. So we'll look to continue to see El Reno be very meticulous in what they do. Minimize risks, make high percentage decisions. And at some point, I expect to see Carl Albert push up a little bit, even if it means creating a disadvantage to themselves defensively by trying to have the man advantage on the offensive end of the field. And Carl Albert will substitute too. Carl Albert continuing to run subs on. That particular sub rotation took the better part of 30-40 seconds, so it's time you don't get back. There is no stoppage time in high school. If you watch a lot of U.S. men or women's national team play or professional play in Europe or any type of international play, 45-minute halves with stoppage time. There is no stoppage time in high school. Rather, they stop the clock for certain events such as scored goals, certain types of penalties, injuries, what have you. Great job catching that pass on the fly. Caught it, dropped it. Got it taken away, though, and Carl Albert's looking to score here. And they put that one in the back of the net and bury it. 7:04 to play. The lead down to 1. El Reno leads 2-1. Carl Albert's had 3 or 4 runs at that so far tonight. That's the first one they've been able to capitalize on. But you sort of had that feeling that if they keep getting those, they're eventually going to punch one, sort of like an offensive rebound. You give up enough of them, eventually one of those shots is going to go in. And saw something very similar there. So we'll see if the mindset changes. Try to be a little more aggressive on the offensive end here. You'd like to get back to that 2-goal lead. You can. You take any lead you can get, but you obviously grow at every opportunity you can as well. A game like soccer where points are hard to come by, you take every one of them you can get no matter how you get them. Is it going to drop? It's not. Out of play high. But through the uprights. So in just a few months, that'll have an intrinsic value of somewhere between 1 and 3. We're nearing 6 to play. And that one's going to fly harmlessly out of bounds. Ball awarded to the Indians. Great defense there by the Indian netminder. He says clear out. Carl Albert threatens. He just picks it up. Great throw to the left side. You'll see offensively, Carl Albert committing 2 more guys than they have been offensively. So normally the defensive line is about 4 wide. 4 guys across. But here they've only got 3 and sometimes as few as 2 when they're trying to attack to try and gain that 1 to 2 man advantage. With it out in front. El Reno trying to punch it in one more time. No good, but an offside's the call, I believe. And it is offsides. Edgar Garcia, number 10, took it off, intercepted the Carl Albert pass back deep in the defensive zone, advanced it all the way up, and helped create an opportunity to put a shot on goal, but the call was offsides. It wouldn't have mattered. The shot was no good wide. And a penalty awarded to the Indians, and the clock stops under 4. 2 Indians on their back. We'll step away and be back in just a minute. You're watching Indian Soccer.
Works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
We know you have options when it comes to your vehicles, so we are grateful for the fact that you make us your dealership of choice. Whether you are needing service or parts on your existing vehicles, or possibly you are in the market for a new or newer vehicle, at Dorsey Jones Buick GMC, we will never take your time, loyalty, and friendship for granted. We are here for you. 405-262-2466, I-40 and Highway 81, exit 125. Dorsey Jones Buick GMC, the dealership with the gray canopy covers.
At El Reno Family Dentistry, we are dedicated to providing you and your family with the highest quality of dental care in a comfortable, affordable, and friendly way.
Two Indians shaking up on that play. One of them returned to play. The other one, Rossi Harjo, helped off by Austin Little and trainer Alex Bray. He was stretching and being stretched by teammates, indicative of a cramp, so don't know for sure that's what it is, but preliminary indications at least. Don't want to speculate. We're inside 4 to play. Carl Albert keeping the pressure up. Now Reno trying to clear it, and they do. They get it out near midfield. Ball starts to tail on him there. We're in what would easily be described as a Titan storm. El Reno has weathered that one. And we'll see how quickly El Reno's wanting to bring it back into play here. Two minutes 40 with the clock running. That one stalled out on him. Good pursuit there on the near side. Corner awarded. Inside 2 minutes to play. And we'll see Carl Albert try to get set up quickly. Gonzalez given all the indications to his defensive matchup. Header's going to be cleared. Good clear there by the Indians. And a good job by El Reno clearing the second corner. And you'll see the netminder way up near midfield. He's going to try and play it back deep. The onslaught's not over. Kenneth Solis does a good job of pulling in the reins there and not over pursuing. He's going to lead to a corner, so we'll see. We expect El Reno will take their time. The 50-50 ball. And good communication by the netminder. You could hear him up here yell, clear, clear, clear. Getting his defense out of the way so he can pick it up. 18 seconds on the clock, so we've seen strange things before, but barring any unusual circumstances, El Reno likely to escape with a win. 5 seconds on the clock, but one more scoring opportunity. And there's the whistle. El Reno able to survive the late surge, wins 2-1. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. We will see you all Thursday right here, same time, same place for senior night. You've been watching Indian Soccer. We thank each and every one of you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.